Yeah. It's a whole thing about them getting a fake ID there in high school. It's a whole thing.
Oh, okay.
It's pop culture, young man.
All right, let's get it started, man. Everybody start down here. Share whatever you can on thing. We're live on everything. YouTube, Facebook,
everything.
Instagram.
Yeah.
On everything.
Everything. Everything. Go ahead and get people in this thing real quick. Let me work my magic.
Go ahead.
I got fingers. I'm gonna do something with them. Pause. Cause that was crazy. that was crazy. All right. We started off early. I'm in a good space.
All right, well, that's good. What space were you in before?
I was in a good space in general, but I'm in a good space. I'm having fun today.
All right. You guys tapped in, everybody live. Let's go on.
Come on now.
We about to get it started. As y'all know, we got a special guest. Read the title. Y'all see who it is. We about to get it started in just a second or whatever. So I want everybody to start sharing.
Let's get it going.
Y'all ready?
Subscribe.
Let's share a little bit though. How y'all doing? How's the week going for everybody? Let's do that before we get started. Dr. C, how you doing? How the week been going? Because I know you always working.
It's good. It has been amazing.
Are you still in Carolina working?
No, I'm at home.
Oh, okay.
I'm back in the DMV.
Okay, that's right. Get that money and go.
Yeah,
Dr. C said, I didn't listen. Like my pastor say. He said, I didn't come here I didn't come here alone, but I believe strong. Huh?
What you saying, Steven?
Oh, no. Somebody in the comments already.
She be calling it by his government.
So shout out anybody that's on. I know you call my government name, so I'm gonna quit answering.
He said, "Hey, you know what else?" He said, That's how you know you used to get in trouble a lot. I ain't do nothing.
Right.
Do it.
All right, man. Let's get it cracking.
Let's get to it.
And all the reasons start to fade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons, the show where you can give your reasons why you think what you feel about what we're talking about today. We should know this, man. We know.
Dear brother, how do y'all deal with erectile dysfunction when you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't know how to do it unless I had it. And remember, if they're talking about you behind your back, they behind you for a reason. Peace. I love y'all.
It's Reasons, y'all, where you give us your comment as what you think about the conversation we having for today. It's your boy Fuel in the house.
Fat Boy in the building. You already know what type of time we on. We are here.
An amazing Dr. C. What's happening?
Amazing.
Dr. C. Okay, Dr. C. Hey, Dr. C, really, I gotta work on my what we doing?
That's what's up. As you guys know, we got a great show today, and we got a special guest. Inez is in the house with us, and we're gonna I'm gonna start off with the film. We're gonna go and get started because he's got business to take care of.
He got 10 to working man. No?
Right. So
he said, I got people to see, places to do, or you know, you feel what I'm trying to do.
Let's get into it.
You ever feel like there's moments where you could be doing so much more?
You haven't chosen to do yet. And once you get tired of being mediocre, You'll do it too.
All right, now when I turn these lights off, it's rap. I don't want no half stepping.
Yeah. Hey, project.
Police officer. Police. I hope y'all are ready for that change.
Project.
This is only my second audition, and I'm like,
Get some dancing going or something. Cha-cha slide, nigga, something.
I'm a businesswoman, that's all.
You don't want to be on tour, out of breath.
So you're just gonna stand on it?
Yeah, that's usually what happens when you fuck up something good.
Oh my God. Yo, she bleeding, man. Don't move!
Come on, Barack, stand up.
Beautiful.
Stand up. Nice.
Beautiful. Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's good.
In
It
case
looks good,
y'all didn't
actually.
know,
Yes, it does.
yeah, man. Hey, dog, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. You know what I'm saying? So let's get him in here,
Man,
you
come on,
guys.
man, 'cause I got questions.
Inez Rhome Silver Cotton is the founder of Blank Canvas, a producer, writer, and actor. He is a choreographer, dancer, dance instructor, and event coordinator. He attended Florida A&M University, where he majored in theater. After leaving Florida A&M University, he moved to Los Angeles to further his skills. Inez Rhome interned at Debbie Rendell Dance in Second City, Hollywood. Okay, big dog. I knew that. Didn't I do that? I think I knew that. Doing production company Blank Canvas, Inez Rhome created event featuring stand-up comedians, musicians, screening for filmmakers. Blank Canvas is working with college and universities to help artists prepare for major markets like Los Angeles, New York, and Atlanta, which are now saturated with talent. While not all artists create a monetary gain, understanding the industry is essential. Everybody, let's give it up for my man, Inez.
Can we get some claps? Sanford and Son is crazy. There you go. Okay.
Pros over here.
How y'all doing?
What's
How
up,
you doing,
big
brother?
dog?
Thank
What's
you,
up,
man. Thank you for coming, man. I appreciate you for gracing us with your presence, for real, for real.
Well,
Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for taking the time out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
let me start off, man, because it's kind of weird. It's kind of crazy for me because, you know, I don't remember. How did we end up meeting?
Mom definitely, you know, she played the connection role, but the first time was me. I pulled up to your studio. I done been to like 2-3 of your studios, still waiting on fuel to pull up. Goddamn, like.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was weird because the reason I asked that is because of the fact that, you know what I'm saying, me and Rhonda been knowing each other since we was kids or whatever, right? And, you know, just to be here in LA or whatever and to run into Inez, you know, as a, you know, and knowing the talent that he has and everything. And I always knew he was going to, you know, grow and do something, you know what I mean? I mean, we was already grown, but I'm just saying. I mean, I just, you know, I just knew you was going to, you know, make something out of what you were doing because you do so many things like dance and you even rap. Though. I remember you rap. We was in the grocery store. You was rapping and shit one time. I was like, "Get the hell out of here!" You know.
Well, it's in the family. The music running the family. So
yeah.
Sides,
So tell us, man. I mean, you in the movie film business right now and everything. So give us a little bit about the project that you're working on right now.
Currently, I wish I could compartmentalize it to one actual project, but I don't think my ADD won't let me do it. Like I genuinely feel like there's a certain aspect of hyper attention hyper disorder. Like there's a certain aspect of hyper that my mind just naturally flows on. So
Right.
sticking with one project, I couldn't see it, but what I do is I practice compartmentalizing one project per style or genre of entertainment that I want to do. So if I know I need 5 projects, I'm gonna shoot for a dance project, a film and or television project,
Right.
a creative event that may bring together all live performers type of vibe, and then even kick it out to a celebrity basketball game type vibe, because things like that allow for the artist to be a regular person. You get what I'm saying? Like any different way to create something that not just the audience feels, but the person helping you create it feels it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
it's been more so gearing towards that. The most recent thing that I've been focusing on is this project called Catalogs, where we're taking and giving people the opportunity to perform 2 of their own songs, and then maybe 1 song from a past catalog of an old head, and
Right.
on some in a way it gives respect to the people who created the sound first, but it also gives people the ability to see that bridging of gaps between old school mute sounds and new school sounds.
Okay.
Karaoke is cool, but not everybody got that voice when it comes to karaoke.
Exactly. Well, tell us more about the film, man. As far as the
Fire.
you're going to be doing sitcoms now, right? Of those or what?
Yeah, that's the
Series,
goal,
yeah.
and more so drama based series ideas. I don't even want to limit it to that. I'm looking at this feature film aspect because quality over quantity. But
Yeah.
if you're able to produce just as fast and keep the quality, like there's an advantage that comes with that. And I feel like feature films can be a new way for independent artists. Not everybody has the opportunity to utilize their peers. Not every peer wants to be utilized by you. And you gotta be cool with that. But to have been able to bring that group of people together for Amps the series on Vire. Shout out Tally Brinson. Tally was the one um who found Batman, the butler. What's the butler's name?
Alfred.
Alfred. Yeah.
Alfred.
He's the Alfred of it.
he was definitely the Alfred, or if you could say the no, I preface that Mark Roberts was the Alfred because he introduced me to the idea of production, like what it really takes to form things on the back end, and he was my television production teacher in high school. But Tally was Mark Jackson. Like this nigga knew I was Steph Curry. Like
he put the battery in your back.
Yeah, I was in the kitchen one day. I was in the kitchen cooking because there's 3 manuals out there.
Right.
You got the couch potato manual, not couch potato, couch surfer. You got the couch surfer manual. And what does that manual consist of? You never know whose couch you're gonna end up on unless you got good friends.
Right.
So when it comes to that part of that manual that I picked up when I first got out here, Tally saw me like cooking stuff up randomly, and one day I was downstairs. I'm in the kitchen. I'm cooking, but I'm also on the phone cooking, like I'm talking business. And he comes down. He hears it a little bit, goes back upstairs, comes back down. He's like, you a producer, right? You produce it, like everything that you're doing, knowing the different positions that need to be. You kind of got a natural knack for it. We had conversations. He had a friend named Ben Brown that came out, and Ben has shot for TLC and a lot of different people in Atlanta, right? So Ben says, Ben comes to the garage. I'm downstairs in the garage writing up. And the garage wasn't a regular garage. It was like a dance studio meets creative space meets. So I'm in there writing. He comes in. He's like, "Hey man, what you in here cooking up?" Tally said you got something. Explain it to me. I explained the preface of it. The amps, art, movement, production, sound. It's the industry whenever you have to take a leap of faith. And seeing all the people around you, the main character is the main character because he knows everybody's little knack that can get them to the next level, but he's the cooker, he's the chef, he's the one that, okay, you're a carrot, I need you over here. You're tomato, I need you over here. I'm making the gumbo. You all don't specialize in gumbo, you specialize in carrots, sir. Just so it in the beginning, you're seeing him utilize his ability to make that one carrot look good, or that one tomato look good, or that one, instead of bringing everybody together. It's not till he has certain mishaps that pushes him into the position to be like, okay, nah, y'all all doing it wrong. Let me utilize you, and we can all move in one. That's really what the goal is, or the premise of amps. Going through the trial, making your
right now in the producer stag. I mean, he brought that light to make you just be on focus of being a producer, or okay. That's what's up.
He's basically being he's being groomed by life.
Yeah,
he's being groomed by life. Certain mishaps aren't going his way. Certain things that should, dealing with certain people that shouldn't be in the position that you're in, and this person is using your abilities to make them look good. Like,
we'll get into that. Yeah,
you get what I mean? Like, there's so many different aspects of what this industry covers up, and depending on how you choose to look at it or identify, because you're gonna have to look at it one day. There ain't no walking away from it. We all think we can just, okay, I'm gonna step over here a little bit. Nah, that lane gets bigger, and you're gonna have to deal with it eventually one day.
Right.
That goes to the second manual, the hoodwinked manual.
Yeah.
A lot of people get hoodwinked out here.
True. Exactly.
And that manual can it can make you or break you. We're talking you get hoodwinked in the way that it may be compromising to your morals, your discipline, your principle, but you end up winning.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to we don't tie names to circumstance. You get what I mean? But those are the circumstances.
Right.
That I don't feel like I don't feel like I've landed in hoodwinked. If you know me, you know he's got a little fight in him. We might not want to. We may just want to step to the left and get away from this rolling snowball. You know what I mean? Because I just don't have that in me. I didn't come from it on my mom's side. Didn't come from it on my dad's side. I've never really seen. Yes, they may have taken their L's, but if we're talking pummel you or walk over you, I've never seen that out of either of them, nor heard stories from other people. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Okay, all right. You got any questions? We got any questions? Then we're gonna open up the floor for you, man. I know I got a bunch of questions, but
as an independent creator, one who's wearing multiple hats, I want to applaud you for that, right? Because you wrote this as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so with writing a series, right, that carries legs, how are you staying in budget? Because I know you have some type of form of budget, one, and then two, how are you finding your locations, right? Because as an independent creator, I know that there's different nuances, right? And there's different ways that you are finding ways to get the shot and get this job done that the big budget theaters don't have. Speak to that, and how are you doing that?
Got you. I've been on this earth a good 34 years, right? Along the way, I've just been to great locations. Took a mental note and then stood on the belief that people want to see you win, and instead of taken the premise of I don't have anyone to do this or help me curate this. I take the premise of, okay, somebody wants to see you win. It doesn't matter how many no's you go through. Somebody wants to see you win. So you got to keep asking. When you're independent, you have to keep asking. There is no no strong enough, or else you didn't want it enough. So when it came to the locations, it was me just keeping going. And when I finally got to that point of oh, I got the resources to do this. Before I looked up, I was working out of a dispensary at the time. They let me use the location to shoot. I had plenty of different people that I had already spoken with, like friend wise, that had apartments or different locations. It got down to the aspect of me being so involved in the dance world also gave me the different studios that I can use.
Right.
And you start to see where your petals are coming from. If you're blossoming, you start to see where your petals are coming from.
Right.
There's no way you could miss it if you're blossoming, because it takes the person seeing the light shining on you. It takes the person really taking a chance on you. So I will say I've never wanted to be it was all me. Do I feel capable of that? Yes, but I think other people see that as well, and that innately, okay, let me get this nigga a hand up. What you need? What you need within reason, right? So, and also the biggest component that is hidden in the heat, and I still allow them to be hidden, but eventually we're coming to the forefront type energy. My business partner Chris has really like. This guy has been a fuel to a fire that I don't think he realized. You know what I mean? Not truly. It's like you see one good thing and it's like, that's that. Let's see what that could blossom into. But then to move to LA from Dallas, having met him once, then we go 5 to 8 years doing business, but having not met up again. Like we had only seen each other twice in 10 years.
Yeah.
And he, yo, you got something. Like, what are we doing? How are we moving? What are we doing with this brand? How are we building the brand? What are the necessities? I can help you with the legal. I can make sure the paperwork aspect is taken care of. So we're never having to deal with any side problems, any unforeseen mishaps. There won't be any copyright issues like that. Those type of things are what mattered so much to me, so that I can stay creative, literally stay head to the ground. Okay, I'm never going to run out of creative. There is no writer's block unless I live on that block. You get what I'm saying? Like,
So as far as like, did you have a question, Ron?
No, go ahead. You can go ahead first.
As far as your team, I mean, is there like especially like the actors that's in the film that you have, whatever?
Yeah.
There's main actors that's gonna constantly work with you as far as, or like what's your?
I don't see. I guess I don't. It's not that I don't see it in a way of yes or no, but you just never know where people's careers do take them. Now, when it comes to amps, proper budget, proper attention, of course, getting people involved is what makes everything easier. But as far as any other project, I'm open to work with anyone willing to put in the time. And not just the time. We look for a certain level of talent when we're doing a certain level of creative. You get what I'm saying? So everything applies where it's supposed to apply. But I genuinely look for the people that commit to themselves first and foremost, because even when you come over here committing to the journey, you're in the journey because you know you yourself. It's not based on you knowing me or you fully knowing where this process is going to get you, but you know where you're going to end up. And
Kelly, that's not real easy to come by. You know what I mean? That's actually dedicated or you know, doing the craft because they love it or whatever, and stick with, you know, whoever to climb. You know what I'm saying?
And we're talking over 10 years of me just doing arts. You get what I'm saying? There ain't been no 9-to-5 funding my backside. I've had help from family, but I even in those, I'm not expecting
right,
you to fund my full-on project. Do I have hopes?
Right, don't rule it out.
I hope you will.
But the hope is based on think of all the times we've seen families, other ethnic families, make whole legacies out of these situations, and it's all based on them having the knowledge. So I had to move past faulting them for not having nor necessarily wanting the knowledge. You know what I mean? It's not relevant until it's tangible. That's something that my pawpaw likes to say. I'll be like, I got it on paper. He's like,
I think you're speaking to something that's extremely important for creators, right? In the sense of that, and then I got a question. In the sense of that, two things: resources and knowledge. I think that as a independent artist in any field, I think that a lot of times you try to shoot for the moon when you can just kind of use the people around you. And like you said, generations and talents are discovered out of these films. I think Fuel made a great point in the sense of saying that everybody is not buying in. But my question is with using those resources and with having a certain level of help and a certain level of knowledge and a support system, what has been some setbacks or some struggles that you face that you could help a potential creator or a film or producer with?
I think the biggest help would be identifying what the help or the support really is. You know what I mean? There's different levels of both of those. There's different levels of help and support. You have to tier it out for yourself. What do those different levels of support and help look like to you, and where are you accepting them from? You know what I mean? What are you asking from your certain spaces? I'm starting to realize everything's circumstantial and project by project based sometimes. So a lot of the projects that you'll be on for a while, you get off of those and you won't see some of those people for another 2-3 years because they've been working over here on a whole nother project, and then you come back and it's like, dang, you remember that vision we had about us doing this and this and that?
Right.
Yeah, it's like just time based. And I feel like everybody that I've ran into or worked with over the time, we're seasonal, but we're not just one season. It could be this winter, and then I see you again next winter, and like you just never know.
So it's hard to keep that incubation, right, of a certain
tribe
creators, right, to where we're all on the same page. You produce, you write, you're in the set design, you do this. I think that what you're touching on is amazing, is important, and also a huge disconnect on the reason why the independent film industry is not winning as much as it should, because the resources is there, but I think everyone wants their slice of the pie, instead of getting ingredients together and kind of dropping it all together and say, hey, we can kind of put this little conglomerate together, and then Hollywood will come to us. And we've seen it. You've seen it, what they've done in Chicago over the time, and you guys have just seen it working in the DMV for Dr. Cotton. And I think that as creators, it is extremely important that we continue to stress the importance of keeping circles of like minds with the same vision.
Right.
And so my question was that is also to that, this is kind of about your writing, because it looks very interesting. What space are you writing from, or do you write when you're in an emotional space, or do you have to find a muse? Where you writing at? Where you writing? Where's that?
I'm pretty good at writing from all spaces, like because emotion ties to something different. Each emotion ties to something different conveyed. Each moment, even. I'm pulling from emotions. I'm pulling from moments. I'm pulling from thoughts. I'm even just pulling from logic. You know what I mean? This makes sense. Like this overly makes sense. If I could convince you that this is possible, like I can convince you that there's a genius out there who has OCD, ADHD, and dyslexia, and he's convinced himself to, you know what I mean? I'm the spokesperson who could teach you how to deal with your symptoms. Pulled that out of my ass years ago, and it's now like a 30-minute script just sitting in wait. And really, it was the pandemic. The pandemic may put me in a mindset of something as simple as like, and I use this as a metaphor for everything else that I've been thinking on, but a lot of times we eat for taste now. Like we're not always eating because we're starving. We eat for taste now. And the pandemic gave me is all of this food necessary to live? Oh, okay, nah. Then all of the other is not necessary to create. All of the other, whatever goes on this paper from here on out
is what's gonna go on there.
That's how we're moving. And sometimes you got to stack up on your ideas. Grab it out of the sky and put it on paper, so you the one with the paper and nobody else is grabbing your shit out the sky. Like,
right.
A lot of times we don't write our ideas down fast enough in order for them to stay with us. We think we got to do them right then and there, and then you do them and it's not exactly what it's supposed to be. Somebody go grab your shit.
Oh yeah. Well,
you got to have the comfort and the understanding of knowing that once you have written this on paper, you have committed to that, and that has committed to you. You've already grabbed it out of the ether, so no one else is thinking about it. And if they are thinking about it, guess who they came to in order to even think about it?
Right.
You.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
A lot of these things were, I know my generation I ain't talking like this on this. This is based on this conversation, this even openness for knowledge. You know what I mean? And being downloaded, dropped into. I know how aligned I am. That's all I'm saying. I stay very in tune. This ain't book knowledge. This is birth knowledge. And whew, I think I just coined something. I like that. This ain't book knowledge. This is birth knowledge.
I like that.
So now that you just finished the project. What's that? So you just finished the project. So can you tell the people about the project, who you worked for, and just your experience? And then the second part is what you have coming up in March of 2025.
Okay. So I had the privilege of going to North Carolina, working as first AD on a project titled Deceitful Lies, produced by Rhonda Cotton, executive produced by Krishna Murray, and directed by comedian Rodney Perry. And I'm a stiffler. Like mom was asking me for like 3 years, yo, you come up here, just PA a little bit, and I'm so hard headed. Like no, I'm not leaving here. No.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was just right time, right place. Because when she asked this time, I was genuinely in a place of I believe in signs. 3 days prior to her texting me texting me to call her and asking me, I just heard the words, "Just say yes." I was at church, and I go to One LA, and Tiffany is on. She's on the stage. Sometimes you just gotta say yes.
Yeah.
That's the first time that I felt it though. Like I knew for a fact that it was talking to me. So I felt it. I sat up in my seat. I took note of it. Boom, wrote it down. The next day, it was 2 back to back. One of them was on the radio. Sometimes you just got to say yes, man. Something like that. And then I get out of the car and I'm walking in somewhere, and the third one slapped me in my face because when I pull the door open, it's the Uncle Sam pointing. It's the old school joint. I'm like, I ain't even seen one of these posters in fucking 15 years. Like, what are we talking about?
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I'll know what that is whenever. Sure enough, next day, mom called, and I had a moment where I'm on the phone with her, and I'm trying to keep because I done said no for so long. There's still a little bit of ego in there. You know what I mean? Like I'm working on myself, and the only thing, you know what? Let's just do it.
Yeah,
let's just do it. Just trying to working on me at the same time. I'm cool enough to know what I have to work on, but give me the grace to be me. Give everybody the grace to be them. Some people just working on them in silence. You know what I mean? So I had that moment, and going up there, I realized yes, it was for the work, but it was more so for my want for a village. For it to already be attached to mom, it made it easily acceptable, even for myself mentally. A lot of times we just got to accept some stuff.
Yeah. And then sometimes it is a timing thing. You know what I'm saying? It's something. I mean, look how long I've known you, whatever, and just the time was just right to even do this. You know, this interview that we're having right now. We could have pushed it and rushed it as much as, like you say, you've been to the studio and stuff like that, so everything is a timing to, is what I feel about it.
But I'm not gonna lie, I always feel like it's on time. So all right, help me real quick, because I got a question. When you know what you know, how is it? What? All right, this is a good question. A lot of quote unquote young niggas, they know what they know. I'm one of those young energy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
But I have a certain knowledge that I do have, and with that, I know that all of the tools that I've always had could work for the advantage of whoever I am pressing upon for us to do work.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So whether it was 3 years or the first day, I'm gonna feel the same way. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, you know what I mean? But that's genuinely how I've always worked. And all the best things that came out were the things where they connected mostly to my passion. People see that fuel, they see that fire, and it's really enough to carry a team when you understand it. But we don't come from knowledge of sometimes, and I feel like that's what that's been one of my biggest That's one of my biggest struggles.
So
I press the line. I
That your
press the
question
line.
was like,
But it's not to be negative or confrontational. It's
right.
really genuinely based off of having knowledge of. If I know how to do it, how you gonna tell me it can't be done? If I know with my skill, your skill, her skill, his skill, I know y'all's tools. I've seen it. I can call them out. You know what I mean? Like I've always been that person. And I think
the thing is, I think, to answer that question, I think when we have knowledge of something that we know that we can do, that we know, that we have the tools to do, a lot of people don't see it the way we see it until they see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And how long we been doing this, Fat Boy? 3, 4 years, 5, 4? Well, since college, right?
3 cents. We've been doing it for a while.
And for us, it's kind of like he see what I see. You know what I mean? And sometimes you gotta get around with people that see what you see, no matter what. I mean, we're not, out there big yet. We're gonna be there. We already know that. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like a lot of people that you're gonna want to join the bandwagon after they see what you've done. You know what I'm saying? And see what you did or whatever the case may be. And some of that takes a little humbleness too. It takes a little humbleness to kind of like sit back and not have the ego of, oh, I know this, I got that, I knew this, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. You gotta have that humbleness to be like, let me do this and let them see what I got. And then
now I will say,
bring them along, I'll bring them along. But
I will say there's a pro and con to that word humble.
True.
There's a very, very, very daunting line with that word, and it's because of the aspect of, okay, if a person has gotten the switch from humble, it switches after the person's got fed up. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like a 15-year career of humility. Oh, this person's humble. Humble.
Uh-huh.
That 16th year, as soon as they really express what they've always been thinking, not in the forefront. You get what I'm saying? Like soon as they express soon as they express that aspect, it kind of taints the whole 15 years before. But you really have to look at that 15 years for what it was. Those were the humble years. Those were the years that you put in order for people to notice you for what and who you truly are. And any point after that's met with opposition, that's when you start to see that other side that's not considered humble, but the person is still humble. It's just a matter of that push, that pressure.
Yeah.
I think that I agree with you in the sense of the concept. I just think that there's a misconception of humility. Humility is thinking the wrong way. Humility is godly, so it's never wrong to be godly, right? To be humble is to be the greatest thing. But I think that because we've confused humble with being weak, because we've confused
not used in proper context.
As being not standing up for yourself, but humility is having the ability to stand up for yourself without aggression, right? Humility is understanding that I don't have to defend myself against your lies, right? Humility is having enough understanding that I have enough moral capacity not to let you push me out of my character, right? And so that's humility is walking away instead of killing you, right? And I think that a lot of times what happens is we'll kill a man and then we'll say, well, I'm not humble, right? But if I was humble, I would have been smart enough to know that this man was not worth my life. And I think that we have to definitely, as Black men especially, really, really dig into our humility because it's our greatest asset. It saves lives. Because in a sense of, I read a book and I gotta find it because I'm gonna send it to you, because the book debunks everything we think about humility,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because we've been confused because people use it out of context. Oh, you were being humble.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's why I'm saying it. That's why I'm saying it needs
the real definition of humility is having enough self-confidence in yourself to knowing that no one or what they say can move or shake you. So I'm humble enough. I'm not to go to your analogy, right? I've been working 15 years. That person was just putting on. They never was truly humble. Because when I'm truly humble, I'm comfortable. So every time I took the high road.
No. Wait. No, you can't tell me what 15-year nigga I was talking about. I'm talking about a specific aspect of. You get what I'm saying? No, there is a person that does get fed up. I am that person. This is a story. So it's one of those.
Right,
it's one of those
from your humility. That doesn't.
No, I didn't get none of this from my humility. I got it from morals, discipline, and principle. I wasn't thinking about humility at all. I'll tell you straight up. I wasn't thinking about being humble. I was thinking about sticking to my morals, my discipline, and my principle.
Which is
sometimes things fall in alignment, but I don't feel like it should be so much of an emphasis. That's all I'm saying. I feel like humility shouldn't be so much of an emphasis at all, because you'll stop working with somebody just because you don't perceive them as humble. That shit's bullshit. You gotta give people the freedom to be them. Let anyone show confidence how they want to show confidence. If you don't agree with it, walk away. But the aspect of humility shouldn't hold so much weight.
Right. Okay.
Because not everybody is using it right. Now, godliness, like you said, that can't be feuded. That's how we should always be moving. But that word, you know what I mean? That word gets
that's because people have taken it out of context. And I truly the three things that you mentioned are the cornerstones of humility.
It's them.
Right. When I have a great idea on my moral compass, right, I know you can't challenge me, right? So being humble.
But I don't mind the challenge. That's what I'm saying. I like it.
But it's not always about the challenge as much as it is about just people seeing you. See, the thing about when we're using, and as Fat Boy says, it's biblically, humility is basically just all the things that you've been given, what your upbringing is, like you said, your morals and values, your discipline, how you present yourself. That's what the humble thing is. It's not about giving the attitude, because guess what? Some people don't do anything, but because of their morals and values, people see them clear.
Right.
It doesn't have to be a thing that I gotta make myself be known, because whoever I truly am, my core value of who I am as a person, that's who people are wanting to get to know. They don't care. I may never have a lot of things that other people have, so they don't really care about that, but they do care about the integrity of the person that they're dealing with, because that means something to them. So when people are connecting themselves to you, they're connecting themselves to you because there is something about you that connects me spiritually, mentally, and physically at times, where you can work together. And so when you have people that are on the same page, they're doing what you're doing, or they can see the vision that you're heading into, then it allows them to walk alongside you. And as they walk alongside you, they can push you if they need to, or you can push them, but there's no stress, no pressure, no anguish, no aggression toward them, because everybody is coming to a happy medium where you're allowing each person to be
themselves.
That's and you don't have, look, let me say that in all the stuff that I've done and all the work that I've done and all the people that I have mentored, counseled, and have been the boss of, You have to learn how to deal with personalities differently. Everybody brings something different to the table. So you got to ask, if I'm sitting at the table and I'm feasting, what do I want from that person's plate today? Because everybody got something to give you.
Right.
So you got to make a decision. What do I want from that person's plate? Like, what are they bringing in here? We having what do they call them? Them old things when everybody come together, they bring food.
Potluck.
We having a potluck. So when you bring your potluck, you get to taste everybody's stuff.
Exactly.
What you like and you don't like, and when you taste it and you see what it means to you, then you can say, okay, well, I had it. I'm not into that.
Right. But I definitely get where you coming from, man. The word it's so tacky now, right? They throw it around, humble, do this, and it's perceived the wrong way. And so also also understanding that your take on humble is different than my take.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
That's the beauty of this, right?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
I think a big the same person who made the song Be Humble just publicly castrated. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those aspects of right time, right place.
Right. I get you.
It's right time, right place. That's really all it ever comes down to. Like, to sometimes you ain't got to worry about tiptoeing on. I'm not about to worry. Oh, am I being humble to every person that's in? No. I do hear you though.
Yeah, I just think you just have to, when you show up being your best you,
vibrant.
People always dig whoever that person is that's showing up authentically themselves. That's the person that people are going to get consistently. Some people can't do it. Some people do it all the time, but it's just showing up consistently as authentically yourself, so people can get to know you based off of you. Now, moving on to March of 2025.
Because we didn't win on this.
Hey, I'm gonna bring some words. Yeah, it's gonna be a word. You know?
Starting something, man.
It's gonna be a word.
Go ahead.
I'll preface March with I have a few events, things that I'm looking to do more in the convention space. There'll be a few HBCUs we're looking to tap into, really bridge the gap between what the industry could/should be and what it is now.
Man, I want to be there.
I see a very fine line in that. And if who knows what I'm not limiting anything to our people. I'm light skinned. It's a lot of hours in light skin. So when it comes to the aspect of giving universities, smaller cities, smaller towns the opportunity to tap into the industry without feeling like they have to leave, I feel like we as Blank Canvas Productions can really, start to unify things, give people other outlets that doesn't necessarily force them to leave where they're at, have to go to LA or New York or Atlanta at this point.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
You let me know, man. I'm in direct contact with my mass comm, the chair, and I forget who he is, where he run, but I definitely can get you access to students at Virginia State University. I think that is a great thing, which is an HBCU as well.
That sounds like that's definitely an outlet we can.
So Mark, so I love the idea. You actually are doing something. I thought that's something that I wanted to do. I think that bridging the gap like you said, and bringing Hollywood to them and showing them that they can make Hollywood right in Virginia Beach, or right in Raleigh, North Carolina.
The quality, the class of Hollywood. You know what I mean?
Say finding the right location and understanding what that means, understanding how to set budget, understanding how to properly cast. It will be a dope idea, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. So yeah, for sure.
That's what's up. Yeah. Before we get to go, I know you have to go, man. Bobby Budget said, "What's up?" You see a comment.
Yeah, that's Nana.
Aziza.
Oh yeah, Aziza says keeping it simple is key. You don't need a million ingredients for greatness. Agreed.
Yeah. That pilot was done for like 6,900. It was like 50 pages. We shot it in 4 days.
Yeah.
The editing probably 9 to 12 days. It's a get up and go. Use your resources. Grab every little resource.
You better.
All right, man. We'll just get everybody the information as to how to get in contact with you if they got, if they want to collaborate with you on anything, or just even have questions about the industry.
Of course. You can connect with me at Roman Empire, RHOMEN EMPIRE on Instagram, TikTok, or Anez Rhome, ANAZRHOME on Facebook, or anything else. If you want to Google me, different things, or just come and ask a question. I'm very, I can be found.
Tap in. The man said tap in.
Where can they find AMPS? What do they need to go on to find AMPS?
Go check out AMPS on Buyer Network. It is a newer app, been around since 2019. I recently got distribution on there, so we're going to start funneling our content over there.
Is it B-I-R-E?
B-Y-R-E. Buyer Network. Yes. Great content over there already. They got a few things from Wallow and what's his name? Gilly. They have content over there. I saw a movie on there with Jason Bateman in it. Like it's very diverse, very eclectic, but it's people that you've seen, and a lot of influencers we're starting to push that agenda over there as well. I do content creation and aggregation over there. So
come on, man.
Let me know.
Aziza says tap in with me as well. I have some connections with my family. They're in entertainment and dance.
Okay, Aziza Berry. Yeah, follow me on Instagram. We'll definitely tap in.
What's up? Hey man, first of all, man, I appreciate you coming in and hollering at us, talking to us, and spitting a little game as to how the industry is going. Besides that, I'm gonna need to get that jacket from you, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that
head attire.
Yeah, but don't leave that jacket nowhere, dog. Right?
That's funny. The person who made this jacket, it is
oh damn, I didn't see the L.
It's a guy named Mel. His Instagram is HEADATTIRE. Head attire.
What you trying to say, brother? I got to get your own.
He said you got to get your own shirt. That's what he really said.
I know, right?
He said it nice though. That was nice though.
There you go.
Nice though. The way you did it, it was like the brother who sell it though.
There you go. Also another clothing vibe about to take off. Shout out Asian Romeo, who has ArcNet Productions. Got a lot of clothes that I like too. ARCNET Productions.
That's what's up.
For sure.
All right, man. I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, let's go. I know you got some business and stuff to take care of, man, and we got to go into history of blackness, I guess, next, whatever. I mean, if you want to stick around, though, you can stick around, bro.
Yeah, no, I gotta dip out, but
I appreciate.
Yeah, we'll definitely tap in again soon.
We'll talk.
And keep on going, man, and definitely keep doing it for the creators and the independent artists, man, because I think that they need to see you, and they need to see your success as well, brother. So
thank you, man. I think
we keep going, King.
I think the biggest thing that me and everybody else is gonna share is run through them no's till you get a yes.
I
There
like
you
that,
go.
and I'm
Exactly.
keeping that.
Exactly.
Run through them no's. Get
No, for
them
sure. I'm
shit out
keeping
of
that.
here. Run through them no's.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
give
yes,
it up
sir.
for Arnez Rhome, y'all.
Oh yeah, and birth knowledge over book knowledge.
Book
Birth
knowledge.
knowledge over book
Knowledge
knowledge.
over book knowledge.
All right, man.
I'm usually the one dropping the bars around here.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. All right, man. It looks
History
like
of
it's
Blackness.
about that time. No,
Let's go.
Yeah, who
You
said
so
we was-
tongue-tied. What is wrong with you?
Huh?
You so tongue-tied. What is going
Yeah,
on?
I get nervous when we have guests. I guess I get nervous.
You get nervous. You make you nervous, Dr. C.
I don't know.
No, it's because I'm kind of like trying to trigger all these daggone buttons. Over
Trigger
here.
is crazy.
Yeah,
Trigger is the word you use.
That's the word.
Trigger is the word you use. Okay.
Anyway. All right, man. Let's get into history of blackness with my man Fat Boy in the house. Let's go.
Why you echo over there like that?
I don't know, man.
You just hit the wrong button.
Got all kind of stuff going on with me.
Hey, put the music on, man. Give him from my theme song and then put the thing on. And he's supposed to set it up for the TA.
There we go.
Come on now. Get my shoulders going. Shit. Feel me? No, what's happening? Howdy, y'all, man. Welcome to another segment. Oh, my phone went off talking crazy to fuel. Another segment of History and Blackness. This one we're going to pay tribute to American jazz pianist, pioneer Duke Ellington. Duke Ellington was born Edward Kennedy Ellington on April 29th, 1889 in Washington, D.C., was one of the most influential composers and band leaders in American history. Raised in a middle-class family and nurtured his artistic talents, Ellington began studying piano at 7. His big break came in the 1920s when he relocated to New York City, performing in Harlem's Cotton Club, where his orchestra's distinctive jungle style captivated audiences. By the 1930s, he had achieved international
You reach fuel that fired up.
cousin Black Lip.
Oh, I don't know what the heck what happened to us.
He over there doing too much. He got echoes. He got background vocals.
He over here tripping, touching stuff. Hey man,
Dude, I don't know what.
Hey, and now can't nobody hear us.
Look, get that voice thing off of there. You got
your phone ring. Cut your phone off.
I swear to God, I don't know what I did it. Damn, I don't know what it is. I didn't even do it. I don't know what happened. Sorry, guys.
He's a mess.
I don't know what happened.
But anyway, Duke Ellington, you know, here in the DMV, he's there's a performing arts school, and you will find that there's a lot of kids that have gone through Duke Ellington that are, you know, now in the entertainment industry. And at one point, I think it was John Legend that actually came in and raised funds to make sure that the arts, you know, because it's, you know, the crazy thing, when we were growing up, music was a huge thing. Arts was very big in high school, elementary, and people don't realize when you are an artist, especially with music, it helps you learn how to study. It definitely, you know, helps you learn how to focus because you're having to learn and understand things, the notes, in order to play. So it is definitely a great tool that when you put your kids in school and they get an opportunity to play an instrument, to make sure that they, you know, tap into something, whatever it may be that they like. But music has always been a big thing for me. You know, I grew up playing music, the clarinet, and I had a fifth grade teacher, Miss Diggs, that the trade-off is that I would go and help her clean up her house and she would teach me piano. And that's in elementary school. And so, you know, singing in the choir, doing all those things. But Duke Ellington is really big here. And, you know, a lot of smart young people go through.
Still doing that job.
Yeah, your boy's screwed up, bro. And then also our grandmother actually lives literally right down the street from the Dunbar Hotel where Duke Ellington frequent whenever he came to Los Angeles. And so actually the area that my grandmother live in or down the street from is called Duke Ellington Square as well. So he's definitely a pioneer musically. And not just musically, like they say, culturally. And a shout out to the Ellington family. And just shout out to the people who came before us, man. I really think that we definitely have to start to pay it forward, but then also pay homage as well, man, because we come from a great stock.
Yes, we do.
For sure.
All right,
you fix it?
I can't talk too much. I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know what's
because you was over there touching stuff in the middle of the history of blackness. That's what happens when you be trying to mess with the blackness. You got it in slow-mo.
No, I took all the effects. I don't know what's going on here, y'all.
You got
Sorry. Y'all
What's the next topic, man?
All right, man. Next topic.
So we can get this show on the road.
Next topic, you guys. All right, it's just a question, and you know, this might be quick. But the question is, well, I'm gonna let the. Did I hear that?
Not yet.
Hey.
I heard it in my ears, but you can't hear it, huh? Did you hear it?
Okay.
Pull it up on the screen. You got me all in my nose, man.
Who?
You got my nose. It's got my nose, man. Hey, man, what's going on? And now I see it look like we in slow motion now, for real.
That's why.
Did you hear it?
No. So what's the question, though?
The question I'll ask the question. Phil has everything going on.
He's messed up.
The question is, do men really like it when women are bold enough to make the first move? The question, I repeat, is do men really like it when women are bold enough to make the first move?
Well, men.
You want us to answer? Hey, I'm back. Hey.
Are you back?
Yeah, it's right now. That's right.
All right, come on now. Answer the question. Because you're looking up over there.
Hey, I need a tech person here. Well, we got one. JoJo starting next week.
Like a dope feed over
do men like when women are bold enough to make the first move? Yeah.
I like you had to think about it though. You said
make love and shirt. Hey, No, the reason I do think, you know, we like because of the day and age, the way things are now, you know, it's harder to approach women because they're either thinking that you're crazy or, you know what I'm saying, they have an attitude like, ooh, why you approaching me? Or, you know what I'm saying?
worry about that though.
I know, but I'm just saying, the question is though, do I, you know, does it bother me? It doesn't bother me, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Somebody said I'm not a man. I can't answer that, Aziza. Right. But you know, I think at these times, why you looking at me like that?
Because you be trying to be so politically correct.
Because in these days,
he trying to be politically correct, and then he just rolled my left leg right under the bus. That's all you hear. You see, he's full of it over there. Because I'm gonna say something, he gonna be like, elaborate, fat boy. What I tell you?
Right, he on the couch when you start talking, fat boy. He get his counseling.
Yeah, of course. But no, I mean, I like it because of the fact that you just never, especially if it's somebody that I'm like, haven't, you know, like you maybe seen a while or seen around or whatever, and you might got a little vibe going at each other or whatever, but you're not making that, you know, the men, I'm not gonna make that approach because I don't know, you know, she might got a man at home or something, or, you know, especially if it's at work, you know what I'm saying? You might got somebody, we don't see nobody outside of that or whatever. So, you know, if I approach her, then it's going to make it uncomfortable for us at work. So I'd rather her come to me first. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes women do wait for you. Am I right, Rhonda, or what?
Well, I think a lot of times women wait because they, for me, so let me just speak for me. I'm probably not going to always say anything first, because if you're coming for me, that means you've taken the time to think about you really want to talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Not just me coming up and stroking your ego. Because for me, a lot of times I think when women do that, men take it flattery. And then if a lot of women are doing that, you know, then their head goes someplace else. So now you got to, you know, be like, okay, what's really going on? So I really kind of wait. If a guy is really digging you, then he's digging you because, you know, he thinks, okay, I like her. She may, you know, she seems to be the kind of person I want to talk to, you know. And men always stuck kind of on the outer appearance, but the fact that you're taking the time to get to know the person on the inside. So for me, I'm not really, if I go up and talk to a guy or make a move like that, that's normally because I'm talking trash. That would be really what it is.
Oh, you're not nice. No, you are a man boldly and nice.
So what is that trash talking? Is in a way of flirtation?
Is it flirting?
Too?
No, not because a lot of times when I talk to the guys, so when I talk to people, I'm very depending on, you know, where I'm at, I can just be very direct because I want to ask the question, or I want to know what's going on, or I see something happening. So I'm just going to come and ask you flat out, like, what is happening now? From that, somebody may start having a conversation because they like the dialogue that's going back and forth. But it's not necessarily me making a move on the guy. It's just me having conversation. Because I like intellectual people. Like, I want to hear where you're coming from. I like your thought process. Like, how are you processing things? Are you analytical, logistical? What's going on here? But the conversation has to be good in order for me to really pay attention. And, you know, you have friends that you hang out with, that you're around, and you all can talk trash. So you just talking trash, and it's not to be flirtatious. It's just to talk trash. It's just be, hey, we just having general conversation, but we're able to have fun. I think a lot of times we are not engaging in conversation with the opposite sex in a way that we can just enjoy the conversation.
Yeah.
Everybody's always trying to figure out what
get something and do something. Yeah.
You ain't getting nothing and getting something.
You ain't getting nothing. And you know what? It's so funny. So it goes to what I was to answer the question is, I'm in the middle with it, because sometimes it can be too much. Because I've been around a long time. I mean, I'm old.
Right.
I've been doing this long enough, so I've had women aggressively do it, and then I've also had women do it with a little with a little, little style, little flirtatious vibe. And I think that it also just depends on the woman. So I'm gonna say it just depends on the woman and the situation. I do like when women are confident when they approach you and are direct in what they want. That's more what I like, right? Even if it's just, as Dr. Cotton or Dr. C was saying, even if it's just saying, hey, I don't really see nothing with you, but we cool. I'm just here for the conversation. That's direct with me because, like Dr. C, unlike a lot of men, cut your phone on because that's the problem. Put your phone on vibrate.
No, I don't even know.
That's what happened.
It was Rhonda calling. I don't know, right? Why were you calling me, Rhonda?
Unlike we had no sound.
Because we had no sound. Unlike a lot of men, I'm okay if you ghost me, or I'm okay if this conversation just stops right here. Met a beautiful lady at the skating rink. I was okay with just getting her name and mustering up the courage to say hello to her, right? Because that's what I mean by green pill. I'm understanding that there's wins and losses to this thing, right? That's not the end of my day, but I learned something from the situation, and being able to muster up a certain confidence to speak to a beautiful woman is a win within itself, right? For me. And so I say that to say that so
sometimes it can intimidate you.
It can be intimidating, but not in a sense of that I'm scared, in the sense of it's a turn off.
Right.
Because I don't know how often you doing this. It's weird.
Right.
Ooh, that's
that's good, Fat Boy, because that because a lot of times
who else
they doing it with?
Yeah.
But that's when you but this is so kind of what Dr. C said, when you not used to that kind of attention, it blows your head up.
Yeah.
But when you've been getting that kind of attention, now you, like I be trying to tell Lil John, once you've been seeing it for so long, now you got to start to see where it's coming from. Why is she like this? Is she like this with other men? If she like this with me after 2 days and she like this, then she's just that's not calling her promiscuous. That's not just being honest with yourself and setting yourself up to win in a situation, preparing yourself to, if she ghosts you, preparing yourself if she let you smash and never call you again. It's happened to me. Like I'm just talking about having experience. So when you're dealing with women, I'm also looking at it. So that's why it's both for me.
Yeah.
I'm really Dr. C, I say this every week. I'm really paying attention. Yeah. I'm really paying attention to on a whole nother level. So it don't excite me. Now, if you direct, that may turn me on. If you be like, hey, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. What's happening? Now that may give me action, because guess she didn't lead me on. She didn't what's the word I'm looking for? Basically,
he didn't fish you in.
He didn't fish me in, bait me in. She told me what it was. So then I'm up to my discretion to make the decision to mess with this young lady or not. And so it's more of, instead of boldness, it's more directness for me.
Okay.
Aziza says you're okay with people ghosting you.
I'm okay with it, because
that sounds like a
no, because I ain't gonna do that right now. We gonna put it on the show. I am, and I'm glad you asked, Aziza. I am okay with it, because it goes back to what we was talking about, humility and confidence. If you ghost me, that's your loss. I'm okay with that. If you felt at that moment that I wasn't your vibe, I'm okay with that, because there's a ton of women who know I'm a vibe, right? I think back in the day when I didn't recognize that I was a vibe myself, I would feel a way about you ghosting me. I feel a way about being left on red. But it's women I'm leaving on red. It's women I'm ghosting. So I get it. It's all part of the game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just being honest. It's all part of the game. So I am okay with it. I mean, not all the time, but I will.
But I think when you realize that, when you
my leg, y'all, you see it?
You brought it up.
You see?
But I think what it is that when you for women, when you see a guy that you may be attracted to, if you can tell, so sometimes you can tell if a guy is kind of shy. He may seem like he has this robust personality, in person, but he could really be a shy person that he may want to talk to you, but he doesn't know how to step to you. So you can see that he gives cues to you to kind of let you know that, hey, I'm digging you, whether he's really saying something out loud or maybe it's just the way he moves, you know, the direction, but it gives you a cue that he's interested. So you can really, you know, tap into that. But the thing is this, I think we have to understand that we're not for everybody.
Come on now. That's the number one.
We're only for a couple of people. We're not for everybody. And sometimes we get caught up in our emotions because we think everybody, we should be for everybody. No, you can be cancer for somebody.
Come on now.
You can be joy for another person. You can be happiness for another person. You can be sadness for another person. So you have to realize who you're for. And just because you're with or you're trying to deal with someone, I always say, take away some nuggets. You may, like you said, I'm not there for a long time, but I'm gonna be there for the time that I'm there. So just get the nuggets out of it. So there's always something that we can glean from relationships or passing through dealing with people that you can add to you, that adds value to you. Because there's stuff you realize that, hey, if I hadn't had this experience, then I would know that I could tolerate that, or that I like that.
Or I don't like that.
Or I don't like it.
Exactly.
You know,
for a season. You know
my last relationship, I feel, gave me superpowers, y'all. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, wait for the superpowers.
In the sense of, I see it way before it even met us. Oh, I see what you owe. Because now, after dating in that capacity and then coming back to the single world, I know when you serious for real.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? At first, I was moving on. Oh, maybe. Now I know if she locked in with you, she gonna lock in like this. And so I tell all my buddies this. This is my thing. I said, your woman, she's gonna be easy but complicated at the same time.
100%. And then a lot of people don't understand it because they think that easy and then the complication, they lock into being complicated instead of realizing there's a lot of things in the easy that they really need.
So she's gonna be easy in the sense of she's really going to reciprocate the energy that you're giving her. What's going to make her complicated is she's going to require you to change to be
challenge your growth.
Challenge your growth as a man to be in that relationship.
Yep.
So she's going to be there. She's gonna reciprocate that energy. She's gonna give you that queen energy, but she gonna challenge you. If you say you want to be this, she's gonna say, "Well, babe, these are the things that we have, and this is what I see us going in." She's gonna come with that, right? So it's gonna be challenging because you're not used to that kind of woman.
Yeah,
it's gonna be easy because she's going to give you what you need. But a lot of times we deal with women that are challenging and easy, right? They give you this challenge at the beginning, but she's easy because she's not really there for a long time, right?
I don't never get nobody easy.
Oh my God.
It's easy. It's not in a sense of easy where
I'm saying I know what you're saying.
It's going to be genuine. It's going to be natural.
I understand that.
Yeah,
I understand it, but my situation has always been trying to see what I am going to do in order to to change me. That type. That's what I've always been. And someone's always seem easy at the beginning, and then right once I get into my feelings with them and stuff like that, bam, it's kind of like, oh, now the tables and turned or whatever the case where they want,
But the woman for you, King, and I tell every man this, the woman for you is going to challenge you to change. If she listened to this, King, and this is something that I learned from my last relationship. If she does not challenge you to change, she is not the woman. In all ways. When a man finds a wife, hold on, I'm about to give you some real game. This is why I'm a green pill. When a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing because she brings him favor. She adds favor to his life. In a sense, there's a challenge in that.
But there's a difference in a change in a good way as to understanding that man to better him. There's a difference in just trying to change him from opposite from what this man has been for all his life.
This is listen what I'm saying, but this is what makes it challenging. Because as a man, we have to decipher if she's changing us for her benefit or she's changing us for my benefit.
Yeah. But then most of what I'm saying, most of the time I get them trying to change me just for their benefit, but not for my benefit as to where I'm headed.
So that wasn't your person. But this is what I'm saying. We'll need you to understand that all men, and I'm talking to y'all, that when you meet your person, the woman is going to require you to change. And women, when you meet your person, the man is going to require, you guys are going to require changing each other to grow. It's not you giving too much of yourself. It's not you taking away. It's you adding to. Because some learned behaviors that you did outside of y'all ecosystem is not going to work inside of y'all ecosystem. So a lot of your learned behaviors, a lot of your egos, a lot of the arguments that we bring into our relationship comes from that we don't understand that some things have to drop for this thing to be successful. And so it's not challenging you, the inner you is challenging who you think you are or who you perceive you are. Because the greater you, the man that's on the other side of that, the change man, the man who is okay with this woman giving him advice, the man who is okay with challenging and changing for this woman is going to be a whole different man.
Yeah. And I think it's a natural thing. So when you get into a relationship, and depending on what you are wanting from the relationship determines what you're giving out. You know, naturally, when you're in a relationship, people gel. There's something that is binding you together to want to be in the relationship.
Or a mutual change for each other. There's mutual change, and there's
the one thing as Fat Boy was saying that, you know, when in the word, when it says a man that finds a wife, he finds favor, because this is what happens normally. Men don't realize that sometimes women, when you are just doing certain things, you're in a habit of doing things.
Yep.
Women have the ability to see beyond your habit.
Come on.
So the thing that you normally are saying you need, no, it's not what you need, it's just what you want. And sometimes what you want is really what you need.
Come on, Dr. C.
Being able to understand
that's where the challenge comes.
Yeah, and that's the challenge, because you think that, okay, I've been doing something so long this way as an older, they're trying to change, but no, when you realize that the things that you really, that your desire, your heart's desire as a man, there's a lot of men, their heart desire is to be able to be a provider, to have someone to love, to have the family, to have the kids, to be able to grow with someone, to build. For a woman's desire is to have a man that protects and covers. You know, that he is a provider, that he's taking care of us, that we don't have to worry about. I ain't got to wake up in the morning and worry about if the lights are going to be on. You know, I don't have to worry about if the mortgage is paid. And then whatever I bring to add value to the relationship in regards to what I'm doing financially on my side, it adds value to him as a man. So now we're building, we're growing. So now you tell me, where do you see us going?
Come on now. Like Athena says.
What is it that I have to do? And naturally, it's not about her or him telling you what you need to do. You automatically start taking on and changing. Why? Because you're adding nuggets to them. They're adding nuggets to you.
All right. And that's back to what I'm saying. It's a mutual conversation between the two, and the communication that you have between the two in order to get to that extent and that point. But sometimes with most, and like you said, that probably ain't the person for you, of course,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? But it does happen. That's why. That's why
it gets you ready for your person.
Well, that's true.
Because I remember I was messing with the girl prior to my ex, and what she required, I thought she was foolish, right? I swear to you, she's lost her fucking mind. You feel me? I'm not doing that, right? I'm not that kind of nigga. Boom. But what I literally contradicted my every being, because I thought this, when you find a good thing. So I literally did I did everything that I would not do in that relationship. So what that taught me is that prepared me to open my eyes. Hey, this is what expected of you. Boom. This is how you do it when it's expected you. This is how you operate. Now, in my preparation, now when I get in, now I know what's expected of me, and I know how I'm learning how to operate when I'm dealing with that challenge, right?
Yeah.
When a woman is coming to me and saying, "Hey, I see your potential, but to be this, you need to do this." X, Y, and Z. Instead of saying she's trying to change me and taking offense, I'm gonna say, you know what, babe, I see it. I do need to get my ass up on time.
Yeah.
I do need to do things. And like Aziza said, she said, I pay attention to what he does, not what he says.
And Aziza, let me give her a clap, because I have this debate all the time with men about words of affirmation. This is one of the things that we have the debate about. I said, if a woman is showing you she's doing everything she needs to do, she's loving on you, she's taking care of you, she's cooking, whatever it is, when you're in her presence, she's making sure you're good. What is it about the words of affirmation? Because a lot of people say things and they don't do nothing. A lot of people tell you one thing and they don't do nothing. So for me, I need to see you in work. The thing for women is when we see a man that automatically, not because I'm telling you, not because I'm sitting here nagging you, not because I'm coming at you, when you automatically decide that, you know what, I like her, I want to do whatever I need to do to make her, feel comfortable. I want to make sure that she know I got her back. When you do that for her, in return, she does that for you. But the thing is this, women have to be in a place where we know that we're feeling like we can trust the person with our heart. Because I ain't giving you jack until I know that, I can trust you, and that we're in a place that we are naturally moving. It's not forced. Like, I ain't got to tell you this. You're asking the right questions, or you say, hey, you good? What's going on? And then whatever it is that you do it because you want to do it, because that is your way of showing me, hey, I got you. You ain't got to say, yeah, I love you, or I like you. I don't need all of that. Just the way you act towards me, you showing up when I need you to show up, you being there, having whatever the conversations are. It's not always about the affirmations or always saying something, because people don't always live up to that.
Actually, recognizing that. What the heck is I'm telling you.
So keep touching stuff.
I'm not touching that. Hold on, one question. Recognizing that.
Echo, man. Go ahead,
Echo, man. Man, now you made me lose my thought. I lost my thought, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. But it's
I would say I was gonna say Waldo Emerson says,
that's what it was.
Is you speak, your actions speak so loud I don't hear a thing that you say.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
So loud, I don't hear a thing that you say.
Because
so I definitely agree. To go to your point about the affirmation, I think with some men, we missed a lot of that growing up. So you could tell us, because we don't need you really to cook. I'm learning this. Like, a lot of men are self-sufficient. We don't need a lot of the stuff that we.
I don't know what men you look, not them jokers that are my age. No.
Oh, that's terrible.
They still
clean.
Hold on. What'd you say, Ron?
She said that y'all bullshit.
What you mean? Why I gotta be y'all? Ain't that?
I'm just saying.
Because I'm at her age. You got that twisted, dog.
Hey, Dr. C, because I just put it in layman terms.
But it's true, because a lot of them they don't cook. They don't, they don't do a lot of things. Like my dad and uncle and them, all of them cook. My brother-in-law, they cook. Everybody cooks, but a lot of these guys that I'm running into that want relationships, they want you to show up to be the wife first before you ever say.
I've never went in a relationship with the intention of women playing a role.
I like that.
I've never gotten that as a woman playing a role. I've gotten into the relationship where I just like what's her name? Kelly said. What's her name? I see what you do.
Aziz.
You know what I'm saying? Aziz, yes. I see what you do as opposed to what you say. And I've never, just be like, I just, and that's what I do. I wait and see, what is it that this person is going to do or whatever. And I'm sure that person is doing the exact same things towards me, as to seeing what I'm gonna do or whatever in order to make us have a relationship. You know, and and just like Rhonda, yes, there are guys our age that's I cook. I clean, of course, my own shit. You can, if you see my crib, you'd be like, "Oh, yeah, this nigga clean, right?"
He clean.
Fat boy.
Hey, he said, clean, but I keep him clean though.
I mean, I'm just saying there is guys, you know, out here or whatever. It's just like you said. I mean, sometimes, you know, and just like I could say the same about women, you just don't run across them like you know, like maybe we should. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's more or less than it is there. You know,
I think it's also where we looking too, y'all. We gotta get out. We gotta break the norm. A lot of the people we running into, and I tell this to John a lot of times, is a lot of the people we run into, we expect them to be. But they you 50 what 55?
Okay, but just what you just said about the norm,
huh?
We just said about the norm. Being do men women are bold enough to make the first move? That's out of the norm.
It's out of the norm.
It's out of the norm. But the thing is this: even in making the first move, even if we make the first move, I still need you to be a man.
Yeah,
I still need you to step up.
That ain't the question of not being a man or not. It's just the fact that
because let me tell you,
let me ask you.
That could be taken
out of
let me finish. Because the thing is this: sometimes if a woman steps up to a guy and approaches him first because they like or dig and whatever the case may be, guys normally, some of them will come back and say, "Well, you approached me, you picked me." That has nothing to do with but that has nothing to do with the fact that you're still supposed to be a man. She can approach you because she think you whatever the vibe is. But at the end of the day, I still need you to be that guy. I still need you to open my door. I still need you to
the point of you approaching them is because of something that you've seen about this person.
But it may be, but it does not take away from you.
Hold on, let me say, for instance, if I had someone at work or whatever that watched to see how a gentleman that I am, the way I move, the way I talk, the respect I have, all this type of thing, whatever, and they try to, and then they want to approach me, it's because most women already
see it.
They
but I get what
already
she
notice
said.
it.
I get that. I want to go to the comments.
I don't think anybody approach. I don't think any women approach a guy that they really think that he's bull. He's full. I think
and this is, don't get me wrong. I think what Dr. C is alluding to is that once a woman does make that step, then men kind of retreat from being men, the aggressor in the situation, So she said once she come to talk to you, that don't mean that she's not a woman who wants. She's a woman that doesn't want to be courted.
Yes,
right. And so a lot of times when women do approach, like I said, in a sense of a lot of times when women do approach that way, it could take away the courtship. But what I'm saying is if you're gonna approach a guy, are you already looking as to what he is and what he do or whatever the case may be in order to approach it? She said
you're not going to
go approach though.
Yeah, but
she said once the approach is successful, they're talking.
But I mean, but then that's just
she said
that's
then
just
that
a,
she needs right. That's what you said.
But
let me
this is a game, dude. If you basically sit here and see how a guy operate, see how how chivalry he has, all this stuff or whatever that you think that you like in a man or whatever, and you approach him, and then he completely flips and changes or whatever the case may be, then he's a buster. He was playing a game.
He was a sucker for real.
He was a sucker for real. That's basically what it is.
Okay,
but he go into it to thinking that this person was the one for me.
Clarify, Dr. C, that I want
to let me say this. So I'm gonna read. Let me read Aziz's real quick. She says, want me to play wife, but ain't made me even feel like a wife. Say it again. But that's the truth, because a lot of time, and maybe this is because you guys don't do this, but this is what a lot of women we're running into. Mm-hmm. We're running into guys that want to date you or go out. Y'all know I don't date. We gonna hang out. Right, but they want to do all of these things. But then in doing that, they want you to act like you're the wife. somebody told me one time, if we get intimate, there's some agreements that we have to make. I said, who the hell are you talking to? Because I'm making an agreement on what? How you making an agreement? I don't even know you like that.
Right.
So
I don't even know you.
But they take offense to that when you're saying, hey, we're just getting to know each other. You done already jumped me to being in the bed with you. You've already jumped me to cooking a meal. You've already jumped me to
all that,
doing stuff which is really reserved for a wife. So if I'm doing all of this for you and all you doing is collecting and being a person that's receiving, but you're showing me nothing as far as what a man is really supposed to show a woman when you decide to court her.
When that guy said that to you, when that guy came at you like that, did you let him know what his role was? Did you tell him, look, if you sit here and you want to bring these rules as to what, you know?
No, Steven, that call ended so fast because I said, what the HE double hockey sticks are you talking about?
You just ended it.
Like the wrong person. You can't come at me.
Yeah,
saying something and I'm just getting to know you. Like I don't know you. Like so I think a lot of times for me, when guys are talking to me, they think because I'm real laid back and I'm chill, and I'm gonna let you just be yourself because I need to see who you are, the core of who you are. Right. I'm not interested in the fluff. So I'm not gonna do a lot of motion stuff. I'm not, we're gonna sit and talk a lot on the phone. So I can see what kind of conversation you're having. And then if I hang out with you in public, then I just want to see how you move. So we're not doing a whole lot. So a lot of times people get carried away because I am an old-fashioned girl.
Have I turned into a woman the way I look at things now? Because I said that's how I'm coming in just like that. I said, have I turned into a woman the way I'm looking at things, Paul?
It becomes wisdom when you get to a certain age. You gain wisdom, and if you dated and courted people enough to know what you like and don't like, so I don't have to spend 3 months with you trying to figure out if I'm digging you or not. Give me a good solid chance, and I'm gonna know. And if it ain't good, then it's like it ain't good. But we have to, as women, we always want to feel like that we are safe. If I'm with a guy, the guy is acting more of a woman. I don't date women, so I don't want to be with somebody acting like a woman.
Right.
I feel it, Dr. C.
I'm not into that. So if I'm with you and we supposed to be having a good time getting to know each other, then be a man. Right. Sometimes the way you do things or what you used to do work for the people you were dealing with back then. You can't come to now and come to me. What happened back then, because I have a different mindset. I have a different life experiences give you and teaches you lessons that can't nobody else give you.
Aziza says, say it again, Dr. Cotton. You on fire.
So when you have that, you got to understand your life lessons and somebody else's life lessons may be different, but can they add value to each other? Where you getting nuggets from them, they're getting nuggets from you. You learning how to grow, they're learning how to grow. And stop.
That is a successful relationship, Dr. C.
Exactly.
That is a successful relationship. But what I realize is, I think that
wrap it up in a second.
What I've realized on both sides is there's a lack of understanding for real roles, not gender roles. Right, but real roles. What is my role as the husband? What is my role as the wife? Right. I think that you made a great point because I'm old school, so I want you to cook for me. And so if I ask you a couple times and you be like, no, I realize in my head like you right. I'm not gonna ask you anymore. I'm gonna allow you to take the time to cook for me because you're right. That's wife duties. You don't owe me that.
Is it wife duty?
I mean, it could be perceived as such. And one thing, as a green pill man, what I like and what's reality is two different things. And I understand that. So I keep that with the women that do that. Okay, this woman not gonna cook. How often she might see me, that may vary. But at the same time, what I won't do is force her anymore. And this is a new thing. What I won't do is force my traditions on a woman, or say this is what you're supposed to be. This is what a wife is.
Right.
Because I think that my person and my wife is going to know exactly how to be that.
Exactly.
And she will, because she's going to pay attention.
This is the thing. This is the thing. A woman, and it goes for guys too, whatever. Some things that he won't do for you or she won't do for you, they will do for somebody else, and that's because
they like them.
Something better. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like you might have a woman that never cooks, that never wanted to cook, or whatever the case may be, but she get with that right person. She's like
she's Martha Stewart.
Man, she's on YouTube. She YouTube and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Caesar saying exactly.
So
talking to Dr. Cotton, I know for sure.
Yeah. All right,
but you know what? But I used to tell my ex, I used to, you know, we were together for a long time, and I used to tell him, because, you know, he would act like he's something special. But I would always say to him, "You're gonna make me a great wife for somebody else." Because the life lessons that I was getting with him, nobody else was able to give it to me at that time. So everything that I was gathering, that I knew that once I got the right one, that I would be automatically just doing, because I was automatically doing things. He didn't have to ask me, and I didn't have to ask him. It just flowed. And so when you're in that position where you can just be uniquely you, and the person can accept you for who you are and don't take offense. A lot of times we get very personal with people in relationships. And so we take it personal when they don't like something, or they say something that is not what you're normally used to hearing. So now you got an attitude, you walking around, you swole, you don't want to talk, but you miss the lesson in whatever it is you can learn from the person. And so it's okay to be able to go through life and have moments with people, but also appreciate the moments that you're having with somebody, because that one particular person, that moment and that time and that lesson was for you at that moment, that you need to gather that, because it's going to help you when you go to your next, whomever that may be. But don't run in and start hopping from relationship to relationship to relationship.
Right.
Because you get a bunch of things that don't add up, and then now you become bitter. And then you got, you know, angry black woman, all this other crazy stuff, because we're sitting there going through life, picking up trash that don't belong to us and leaving our luggage places we shouldn't be leaving it. So, you know, you got to realize there's things you just got to do differently.
Aziza says, asking me
when I want to. Yeah. Huh?
Aziza says, asking me to cook is asking me to work during a courtship. That's literally my job. She said, I will cook when I want to, and if I do, you better show up.
I'm with that.
Talking to somebody.
Hey, what is wrong with you, though? Because you know what I realized? There go my leg again, and people, you heard my leg? What you doing? He's wild as hell. What you talking about?
Nothing, dog. I ain't talking about nothing. I ain't talking about that. It's almost time. It's time for us to go, man.
I agree.
Wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
We're about to wrap this thing up right now.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna get off these comments. Let me get off these comments. Last comment says, go to the last comment. Last comment says, I actually want to cook for my person, but I've learned with that too. People be hungry, and that's it. I've learned. I agree. That's how I used to feel about taking women out. I agree. Moving forward, we out of here. I want to thank everybody. Comments, Aziza, what was that? Natalie, Marshall, crazy self.
Yeah,
I seen him going there, say something wild. Kelly, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all, I love it. I love y'all input. I love y'all interaction. This is a great show. Remember, dear brother and dear sisters, send a short video or audio, no longer than a minute, to firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. That's firedupbroadcasting@gmail.com. Dear brother, dear sister, we waiting on you too, Dr. C. I need that dear brother.
Yeah, well, I think the people that are doing a lot of comments should do a dear brother.
Yeah.
They so engaged in the conversation, so we can talk about something that they want to talk about. I think
like that.
Kelly and Aziza And Marshall and all of you guys.
No questions for Marshall.
No, not Marshall.
Marshall gonna ask something crazy. No question.
I think you all should definitely do a dear brother.
Already got me
Go and send it in so that we can answer it, and then it'd be good to also see their faces, the people that are joining with us. This is a great show. It was a great show. You know, I'm grateful. That was my son, Inez Rhome, and you know, it was good and a blessing to be able to work with him just about a month ago on the movie Deceitful Lies, and just being able to watch him in action do his thing. And as a parent, you know, you do the best you can. You raise them the way you need to, or you think you should, however that goes. And all you can do is like rolling the dice, making sure, praying that they come out to be the best person or the best version of themselves that they can be. So I'm grateful to that. Where is Blacklift? We miss you.
Yeah.
You know, see you next week.
Condones, prayers to Jill.
To Jill. Yeah,
exactly. And things get better for you in jail. And then, you know, to you guys, every time we get on here, we just have good conversation, and laughter does the heart good.
Oh yeah.
Does the heart good. And although this is always a counseling session with Mr. Fuel, we'll start charging him.
We start charging him, Dr. C.
This is what I enjoy, because you know, different perspectives from different people and different walks of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the main thing that I hope our listeners get as well. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't talk a whole lot because I want to, you know, just hear where you know, and then I just kind of measure where I'll go with it. You know what I'm saying? And what I use it, what I, you know, do with it. Also, I want to thank Tia, Michelle, Ruman, my boy at work. What's up, dog? Sean, Marshall. Oh yeah, with Marshall again on Instagram and Facebook. And then Greg Watts was in the house too.
All right.
So
I
we appreciate you guys coming on. And then once again, I want to thank Inez. I always call him Inez. It's Inez. Inez Rhome. Yeah, I want to thank him for showing up and showing out, and giving us his perspective on things, especially in the film industry. You know what I mean? And then what he got coming up next, man. So you know, we want to keep following him and support. You know, everything that he's got going on. You know what I mean? So with that said, we got anything else?
That's it.
Nope. Just be good to yourself, stay true to yourself, love yourself, be kind to yourself. Until next time.
Until next week. And remember, if they talking about you behind your back, they behind you for a reason. Peace.
Just forget the parade, and all the reasons start to fade.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Reasons, the show where you can give your reasons why you think what you feel about what we're talking about today. We should know this, man. We say no.
Dear brother, how do y'all deal with erectile dysfunction when you're in a relationship?
I wouldn't know how to do it unless I had it. And remember, if they're talking about you behind your back,